Con. All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Baal Shem Yahushai, Baal Hashem Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, great millstone, and salutes on to brothers that they're preaching his word, sincerity, and truth. All right, I got this article here from Zero Hedge. It's entitled U.S. United States is Beyond Bankrupt. Kim.com fears controlled demolition, enabling a new dystopian future. Okay. And this lines up right with the Holy Bible, man, because, Holy Bible, all right, the Bible is a book of prophecies, which prophesied about ancient and also modern day pagan kingdoms, how the Most High, Yahweh through his son Yahushua, takes down these kingdoms, all right, because he took down the kingdom of first Babylon, which you can find in Genesis 11 with Nimrod. All right, he took that down. Took the Egyptian empire down. Okay. Took the, empires of the Syrians and Persians and Greeks and Romans. All right, the second Babylonian empire. Now we're in the third Babylonian empire. All right, which is Great Babylon. Okay. And I'm going to grab those scriptures in Jeremiah. Okay. With Jeremiah, he prophesied about Great Babylon, which is the U.S., America. New Zealand tech CEO Kim.com did the math on the United States sovereign debt, and he tweeted a thread about it, say it may be the most important thread that he may ever make. Kim explains that U.S. spending on debt has spiraled out of control, and the government can only raise the money it needs by printing more of it, which means that hyperinflation is guaranteed. Okay? Hyperinflation basically means the purchasing power of the dollar decreases. All right, and eventually it's going to go down to its intrinsic value of 0. Thus, you're going to need more and more paper to buy a certain product. All right. And governments in the past, like Zimbabwe, they went through a few hyperinflations. Weimar, Germany, in the 20s, I believe. Zimbabwe, I believe, was 2010. And I think they're going through another right now. 2022. What else? Venezuela. Okay. But the dollar is the world reserve currency. So once that started hyperinflate, the whole global population that depends on the dollar, their countries are gonna their currency is gonna hyperinflate as well. So all hell is coming, man. The Most High is bringing judgment to this planet because the wickedness has exceedingly just run rampant, man. Okay, continuing on, he says that this has been going on for decades. There's no way to fix it, and that the U.S. got away with this for so long because the U.S. dollar is the world reserve currency. When the U.S. government prints trillions, it is thereby robbing Americans and the entire world in what he calls the biggest theft in history. That's right. The majority of the United States, especially, they trust in the dollar bill, man. It's a fiat currency. Fiat means belief. So they believe in the dollar bill. Well, first, they don't even know what hyperinflation is. You know, but they're gonna trust in this dollar till it goes to zero. And what's gonna happen to them? They're gonna be homeless. They're gonna be starving. So that's the stumbling block. Hey, that goes in Ezekiel. Maybe Ezekiel 7. I think that's Ezekiel 7. I'm gonna look it up on my phone real quick. Ezekiel. Ezekiel 7:19. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. That's talking about the people's currency. Because real, like, silver and gold, that's true money. All right, the metal, silver and gold, that's true money. Because there always been money since the beginning of time, and the dollar supposed to be backed by silver and gold, but since I think it was Hoover, no, it wasn't Hoover. It was one of the presidents in the past. I believe in the 70s, whoever that president was back in the 70s, 71, 72, he took that gold. He took the gold standard off the dollar bill. He separated that. So ever since then, the dollar hasn't been backed by gold. Okay? So silver and gold is basically the insurance or hedge against inflation, hyperinflation. But the majority of the people in the U.S., Great Babylon, don't understand that. Word Babylon means confusion. Especially our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, they're in a state of confusion. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. And when you look up these hyperinflation videos in Venezuela, what did? They cast their paper currency, which was the bolivar, into the streets because it's not worth nothing. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. They shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels. What does that mean? Let me read it in NLT here. Ezekiel 7:19. They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on that day of the Lord's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, for their greed can only trip them up. Okay? Neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. See that? So that's what happened when you trust in Esau, Edom, man. So-called white man. Yeah, our people got rude awakening coming, man. But the Lord, He's gonna protect His elect. What the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Knowing that silver and gold, the metal, is going to protect you during the hyperinflation. Well, ultimately, the Most High is going to protect you, but He gives you the wisdom and understanding of what's going on. You know? So, our people are done, man. Isaiah 65, you want to read that? So, continuing on in this, he says total U.S. debt is 90 trillion, which together 169 trillion. U.S. funded liabilities total 259 trillion. Okay, that goes into the whole debt market and what was that other shit? The debt market. That's another word. Basically, the paper market. This whole market is just full of debt that's papered over. You know? Derivatives. Okay, that totals up to around that number, and that's fucking insane. And that's that thick clay the Lord speaks about in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. he shall laden himself with thick clay. That's that heavy debt, which is 778,000 per U.S. citizen, or 2,067,000 per U.S. taxpayer. So there you go. The elite Edomites put all you dumbass Americans in debt, and you don't even know it, man. Let's see if I can find some good ones. This is where the Great Reset comes in. That's right. Through the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding how about Shai, that Great Reset, Esau's Great Reset is going to entail the MOTB, the implant. Revelation 13, Revelation 14, Revelation 20, Revelation 19. Okay. Comes in and he asks, it is a controlled demolition of the global markets, economies of the world, and the world as we know it, a shift into a new dystopian future where the elites are the masters of the slaves without the cosmetics of democracy. Yeah, democracy is a cosmetic. It's just something for the people to believe in, which essentially they're slaves. It's dictatorship. The elite bankers, they rule the whole planet. But anyway, shoot, you want to read the rest of this, you know, zero edge. But let me go to the scripture real quick. Jeremiah 51. Let me jump to 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance, who will render unto her recompense. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. Babylon is America, that made all the earth drunken. And we went into the dollar bill. That's a part of that. That's a part of that making the whole earth drunken. That wine, that philosophy of believing in the dollar bill. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Out for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Balm is agent, you know, like lotion or whatever. Lotion that heals you, like antiseptic or something. Let me see, that's what it was said. And balsam balm Saul as a medicine. Yeah. Balm is basically medicine. Ain't no medicine. Well, hey, the thermonuclear missiles, that's the medicine for for Babylon. Yeah, but ain't nothing Esau Edom can do to save America, man. It's done. This place used to be looked at as the scripture said, golden cup. You know, people from all over the world wanted to come to America. You know, because they thought the cities in America were paved with gold, like it's the kingdom of heaven or something. But now nobody want to come here, man. And especially when the hyperinflation start kicking off, it's going to be dangerous out here. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. Let us, hey, this is what these nations are saying. These gooks, these Arabs and shit, you know, they opened up all their businesses, you know, got their handouts from being a non-U.S. citizen so they can open up businesses and stuff and make money and send it back to their own country. They're really going to close down their businesses and get ghosts and go back to their own country. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for their judgment reaches up to heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. The Lord has brought forth our righteousness. Come and let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord of our power. Zion is going back to Israel, man. So-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And the elect is declaring the works of Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 11, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which are the Russians. And arrows goes into the missiles. That's how this place in Babylon, America, is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles via Russia and also America's so-called allies, man. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Yeah, so that's how the Lord is taking this place out. Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, which is America. Sit on the ground. That dust represents confusion. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, uncover the locks, bear the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And America's, all the lies that America portrayed, put out there in the media, all the wickedness it's been doing. These other countries see that shit, man. These other countries see that. America treats the Israelites, so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. These other nations see that. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take. Hey, shit. You got this Pride Month. This is June 10th. Was June 11th. Lock it. America declared the month of June as Gay Pride Month, LGBT, all that shit. That's shame, man. That's shameful, bro. That's a pure abomination. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. That's how the Lord coming back. The Lord ain't coming back as a man. He coming back as a angelic force, man. Hey, that's destroying, man. 2nd Ezra 13 tells you that. How the Lord's coming back. As for our Redeemer, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. That's what America is. America was. The golden cup, like the Lord said in Jeremiah 51, the golden cup. Everybody looked at this place, America, as being, the head government of the world. I was wrothful, my people have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou hast did show them no mercy. Upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. Yep. America is the place of our captivity, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And thou hast said, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures and dwellest carelessly. Yep. That's what Americans, they dwell carelessly, man. They have no care of the world. Because there hasn't been any wars, from basically from other nations fought on this land, man. And you had Pearl Harbor, which that was a military base in Hawaii. But as for like wars, on civilians, it hasn't happened. So that puts pride on the people in Babylon, man. Dwelling carelessly. That saith in thine heart, I am I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. But these things shall come to thee in a moment, one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and the great abundance of thy enchantments. The media is out of control, man. The media, the propaganda, man, shit's crazy, man. But thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. You know, that's what America believes, man. Starting with the elites, man. The elites, they use this place, America, as, enforcement, being enforcers all over the planet Earth. They use London as well. They use what's that, Rome, the Vatican City. They use them as well to forward their wicked agenda. But this chapter is talking about America. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge has perverted thee, and thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, and thou shalt not know from whence it rises. The mischief shall fall upon thee, thou shalt not be able to put it off. And desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. And hey, the desolation is coming, man. And, hey, Russia's ready to knock off America already, man. Russians ready to blow this place up. They don't give a fuck about about young children, about the old ancient man, old men and women, the elderly. They don't care. They care less, man. They just want to wipe this place out, man. But hey, you got majority of you Americans, man. You don't care about that. You're stuck in your own bubble, which is a part of that. You're under the spell of these sorceries, man. That's over here in this land. The bread and circuses. You got the NBA Finals. Jake is all wrapped up into that shit. Social media, all that shit, man. That's why it's gonna. The day of the Lord is gonna catch you people as a thief in the night. We haven't been watching. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I got. Shalom.